Hello everyone, and welcome to this newest edition of A Question of Cosplay. This is Renlace from 40k Theories, and joining me today is Lolly from LolliLane Cosplay. So firstly, thank you for joining me today.
No worries, good to be here.
So, my first question to you is, what got you into Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer 40,000 cosplay?
Alright, so I always admired the artwork to start with, ever since I was little. And I remember going past Games Workshop and looking in, and one of the guys tried to teach me how to play, which I was rubbish at. And then just a few years ago I ended up making some friends who are really into Warhammer and the tabletop game and just everything. And they told me that I should do a Warhammer cosplay. So I did a bunch of research and picked out what I wanted to do, and it was the Sister of Battle. Spent 6 months making that, got some photos of it, and then since then I've been wanting to do some more. So I'm working on a demonette of Slanesh next, and
nice.
Yeah, and an Inquisitor, hopefully.
And how long have you been cosplaying for?
Oh, like properly cosplaying probably since the Sister of Battle. Before then it was just like little easy costumes that I'd buy online, and yeah, so maybe all up 4 years, coming up 5 now.
And of the cosplay projects you've undertaken, which one was your favourite?
I really did like the Sister of Battle most, I think, because I spent a lot of time learning new techniques. Got some LED work in there, some armour making, a little bit of sewing. Yeah, the other ones were a little bit easier, but yeah, I like a challenge.
So, tell us through your process of when you actually undertake the designing of the actual cosplay suits itself.
So I do a lot of Google searching. I'll probably spend about a day just looking at reference images, and then I will draw up my own design, usually, and then from that I take apart the different parts and draw the patterns for them. The pattern for armour and sewing is quite similar, so I can kind of use that skill for both. Then I'll write a list of things I need, go out, go shopping, and then put it all together.
And out of all your projects, which are the most and least expensive?
Sister of Battle is probably the most expensive. Oh, actually no, my latest one, I haven't even finished it yet, and it's already cost me about $250.
What's your
which is just
latest
Tracer.
one? Oh, Tracer.
Tracer, yeah, from Overwatch. That's just the jacket and most of the bodysuit. The Sister of Battle was probably about the same, but that was finished. So the other things usually cost under 100.
And what are your experiences in regards to conventions? Do you get a lot of general positive reactions in regards to your cosplay?
Yeah, I don't think I've had any negative reactions. I think just being open to people talking to you and asking to touch things, because people are going to want to touch things. People usually just come up, ask for photos, ask to hold my weapons and props, and ask me, what I like about that particular fandom. So with my Sister of Battle, I had a lot of Warhammer fans come up to me and ask, if I play the game, and just like ask who I like the best, just cool stuff like that. I've actually made quite a few friends by cosplaying, from cosplaying, because you meet people that are into the same things as you, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any particular role models you look up to within the cosplayer community?
Oh, I do. I'd be here forever if I list them all, but I could start with the ones that I looked up to first. So when I was looking for reference images for my Sister of Battle, I came across a cosplayer by the name of Gigahorse Deluxe, and she's a New Zealander like me. So of course I stalked her and all her cosplay photos. And after I'd done my Sister of Battle, I actually met her. And now we're friends, and we even had a photo shoot where she was a commissar. I was Nurse Joy, so completely unrelated. But yeah, she's probably one of my top role models. She comes across as like a really nice person, because she is. And
that's always good.
Yeah, and she's really super talented. Who else? Aurelis, I think that's her name. Aurelis Armory. She's another one that I came across. She's Australian, and she does a lot of Warhammer stuff too. I've always looked up to Jessica Negri as well, just because she does what she wants and she doesn't really care what anyone else thinks, and I really admire that.
Do you have any future 40k cosplays lined up?
Yes, like I was saying, the Slaneshi Demonette and a female Inquisitor. I don't think I'll do the Inquisitor till like later next year, because I've got quite a few projects at the start of next year and the end of this year, but yeah.
Would you ever consider doing anything, say like a gender flip cosplay, like a female Space Marine or Primarch or anything like that?
Oh, I don't think I would, just because the dimensions would be all out. So like, there's this awesome cosplayer who did an Emperor cosplay. You've probably seen it.
I think you're talking about Julieta Zavadsky.
Yes, that sounds like the right one. Yeah, amazing. But I've got a really small head, so that would just look awful.
And what advice would you give to aspiring up-and-coming cosplayers?
I'd recommend getting advice from other cosplayers, asking for help. I made a lot of mistakes when I was making some of my cosplays to start with, and it wasn't until after I'd finished where I got some really useful advice that I could have put into practice and made my costumes look better to begin with. So now, before I start, I usually ask people, what would you recommend, or how do you reckon I should go about this? I think, asking for help and just going ahead and doing it. Budgeting also is really useful, otherwise you end up spending way too much money.
I've been the same with anyone in regards to the Warhammer hobby.
Yeah.
As soon as a Horus Heresy box set comes out, everyone just goes, well, I'm not eating for the next few weeks.
Yeah, my friend's girlfriend hates him being into Warhammer 40k, because every time there's a new anything coming out, he's like, I've got to buy it, I have to. So expensive.
I've been into the hobby since around 1996. So I remember when a Space Marine Rhino tank would cost £5. Now these days are about 20 quid.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is in New Zealand dollars. I think it's like 3 times.
It wouldn't surprise me. You guys have outrageous inflation.
Yeah.
So have you got any conventions or plans lined up like that?
We have very few conventions over in New Zealand. We've got a few more emerging. They're mostly anime based though, and I don't do a lot of our anime characters. But we have Armageddon and Comic-Con, which are pretty much the same thing. And then like AkibaCon. If we want to go to any cool conventions, we've got the Australian ones, but it's pretty expensive to be travelling over there, and I haven't got a job at the moment, so it's been a bit rough.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I usually go to the Armageddons.
Would you ever if you ever had the opportunity to, would you ever go to, say, like San Diego Comic-Con?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I don't even have to think about that. Of course, yes. That's one thing I've always wanted to do. So,
Would you?
yeah, I don't. I don't know where I'd go as if I did go.
Would you ever consider doing a joint project with other cosplayers in future for like a massive photo shoot? Like, for example, if you get a bunch of Warhammer cosplayers together to do a massive battle scene shoot or something.
I have actually been talking to a few people about those kinds of things. It's confirmed that next Wellington Armageddon we're doing an Overwatch cosplay group thing, and there's been talks of a Warhammer photo shoot coming up that actually just got mentioned yesterday. One, I think he might be a photographer, he asked if there were any Warhammer 40,000 cosplayers around who would be keen for a photo shoot, and there's quite a few of us actually in New Zealand, so hopefully it's going to happen.
In that case, I wish you all the best for it. So I think that wraps up about all the questions I have for you today. So thank you once again, Lolly, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
So everyone listening at home, I will put a link to her Facebook page in the video description so you can check out her work. If the audio quality sounds a little off, it's because we've been having technical difficulties. Just like that.
Just like technical difficulty.
So I'm going to have to get the Mechanicus in to ease the spirits of the machine spirit inside my computer. Anyway, this has been Remnants from 40k Theories, and we'll see you all again next time.